It was a good and bad night for Jeff Gordon. The good news, the car you co-own is in victory lane, and it looked like it was going to be a 1-2 finish there at one point.
Yeah, I was really hoping for that. You know, I thought we could stay right there together, and I, you know, certainly was going to try to make a run on that last lap, but wait as long as I could. And you know, it was everything I could do just to hold those guys out behind me. I thought the 16 car was probably the strongest car out there, it looked to me like. But Jimmy did a great job up there, you know, blocking and running his line and doing everything he needed to. Had a good handling car. But, you know, I wanted to be 1-2, either him won or me won. But come up a little bit short with the DuPont Chevrolet. But real happy. You know, we got a really good one for tomorrow, and the rest of the week should be fun.
And you got a hug by Tony Stewart when you got out of the car.
Yeah, I was surprised by that because he went wide one time up there and wanted to, and, you know, I just wanted to stay in the middle. I didn't want to go to the outside, and I had to let him go out there by himself, and I wanted to go with him, but he had the momentum, but I didn't, and we were bumping and banging and all over the place. So, you know, that's a sign of a true racer when you get out of the car and bump and bang like that, and, you know, shake hands and smile and laugh about it.
Third place tonight for Jeff Gordon.
Jimmy Johnson, the Lowe's Chevrolet team celebrate in Daytona victory lane, and the stock car portion of Speed Weeks 2005 has begun. Pulling away from Ryan Newman at the finish, Jimmy Johnson wins by 0.2 of a second. More from Daytona.
The Budweiser Shootout has been brought to you by Budweiser, and the 2005 NASCAR season heating up here in Daytona. Let's listen in. Jimmy Johnson of the 48 car. Here's how he sounded crossing the finish line as the winner.
Yeah, guys, there's a way to start Speedway. Woo! Boys, the reason we won that race right there is because of that pit stop. That pit stop won us the race.
Jeff Hammond, you said it.
Tell you right now, you got to have that teamwork. You got to have those great pit stops, and they did it tonight.
All right, a new record set for most laps led in the Budweiser Shootout. Greg Biffle led 44 laps. Our Steve Burns is standing by with him. Steve?
Yeah, Chris, he finished fifth. Greg, the other drivers are saying you had a fast race car. Was it a matter of not being able to get in the right position to get help?
Yeah, it was. You know, I was stuck up there between two Hendrick cars, and I was looking for Kurt, looking for some help in the mirror. And I know the 12 car will work with me, Ryan Newman, but, you know, I'm trying to get a run on the 48 with the 24 pushing me. It doesn't, you know, that's probably not going to work out very good. But what's exciting about this Bud Shootout here is I got a faster car for the 500, so I feel really good about it now. My 500 car is considerably better than that, so that's real encouraging for us.
All right, thanks a lot, Greg. Appreciate your patience. Back upstairs to Mike Joy.
Well, as we start the stock car portion of Speed Weeks, we learned a few things. Newman was fast, Biffle was fast, but just like last year, Jimmy Johnson prevailed in the pits, and that was the difference in winning this race.
Well, it's down to the same old story. It takes the total package. Driver, car, crew. Can't do it by yourself. So now we know who the contenders are. We had a little preview tonight. The big show is next Sunday afternoon.
You can't pass without help, and you can't win without a good stop.
Exactly, and I mean, of course, in the Daytona 500 next Sunday, they'll have more opportunities, but now we know if our hard work has prevailed. We've been up here since 2001 talking about the DEI dominance. We started seeing it last year. Looks like Hendrick Motorsports has the number, but pretty impressed with those two Fords of Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle.
But Darrell, you don't have to start out front to stay up front. Tony Stewart probably ran in front of and behind every one of the other 19 cars and marched his way up and back through the field this whole race.
That's what it's all about. That's why they call it a chess game, because you move up and you get there and you almost are there, you make the wrong move, you go back and you got to start all over again. We'll see that all day long. Somebody will get up there almost to the lead, but taking the lead away from somebody is very, very difficult.
And we'll see it all week long. 2 150s on Thursday, 300 miles for the Busch cars Saturday, and the Daytona 500 next Sunday. Chris?
All right, thanks, guys. Jimmy Johnson, he just didn't win a shootout here. Here's a guy who won 4 of the last 6 races last year, starts 17th. I think he felt like he could have won the championship last year. He's saying, I'm the guy this year.
Well, I think that's what you got to have right now. So one thing that comes out of a race like this tonight is that motivation. All of a sudden, Chad Knaus, I mean, you look how calm and cool he was. He just won a huge race, the first race of the year, even though it didn't count any points. Motivation has a lot to do with it, a lot of emotion. I think Jimmy Johnson showed that when he was congratulating his team and saying, guys, I couldn't have done it without you. And that's what it's going to take, a team effort, and they're showing that early on.
The 29-year-old from California, and a real quick, we saw, Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr. about that working together, a kind of a tip-off of what we're going to see at the Daytona 500, guys working with each other at least until the finish.
I think you're going to see a lot of that right there, and you mentioned those cars in particular. Think about it. They were all GMs, Chevrolets in particular, as far as they're working together, trying to push themselves up toward the front. But we also saw where basically the 97 and the 16 worked together.
All right, Fox, FX, and Speed, the coverage of Speed Weeks continuing tomorrow on Fox, qualifying for the Daytona 500.